And now, new on AM Extra, right now, more children in the U.S. are living with peanut allergies than ever before. It's a condition that can impact every aspect of a child's life and be extremely difficult for families to navigate.
Yeah, so joining us this morning to talk a little more about it is pediatric allergist Dr. Douglas Mack and Sarah Karishi, whose child is living with a peanut allergy. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Dr. Mack, how exactly does a peanut allergy impact kids? And I think it seems like there can be a bit of a spectrum to some kids who have a mild allergy to folks who have to, be concerned about this in every aspect of their life.
This can have a significant impact on the patient, the child, the family, our community. And we're seeing more cases of peanut allergy in North America than I've ever seen before. One of the challenges, as you're right, about 20% of these kids will outgrow, but that leaves about 80% of kids where they are going to have a lifelong peanut allergy and may have mild, moderate, or even severe reactions. And I think over the past 20 years, this has been increasing. And with this change in prevalence and severity, I think we need a good treatment option. I think when I first started doing this, really our only options were to tell families to avoid peanut, carry their epinephrine auto-injector. But for many clinicians, for patients, for families, this avoidance strategy was simply not enough. And I think because accidents happen, but despite the best efforts of the family, reactions do happen despite avoidance strategies. And I think what the good news is that there's been a lot of research in the allergy space. And I think we've had some good innovation, which I think is going to change the course of peanut allergy for many of these kids for years to come. So there's good news, I think.
Well, Sarah, what's it been like as a mother, of a child who has a peanut allergy? And to Emily's point, there's a spectrum. There's some people who can maybe they have one and it's not too severe. Then there are other people that have to go to the hospital immediately, right? So from your standpoint, what has it been like to work through this?
It's caused a lot of fear and anxiety for me as a parent. We discovered our daughter was allergic to peanuts when she was 9 months old. Just feeding her new foods, what we thought was supposed to be an exciting experience, turned out to be very scary. She had a very intense reaction. She's not had anything with peanuts since, so we've been practicing strict avoidance and carrying EpiPens. But we think about it constantly when she goes to school, when she goes to parties or special events, family events, restaurants, traveling. There's no avoiding food, and it's just a part of my day-to-day thought process.
Yeah, gosh, that's really difficult. So, Dr. Mack, let's talk about what some of those new treatments could be, because it's not always easy to say, just avoid it everywhere, What else is out there for families who this is their reality?
Yeah, well, I'm actually an investigator for a phase 3 clinical study called VITESSE that's looking at an investigational skin patch called VIASKIN Peanut. This trial is for children who are ages 4 to 7 years of age with confirmed peanut allergy. And what's cool about VIASKIN Peanut is that it's a tiny patch that has a very, very small amount of peanut on it. Actually, about 1/1000th of a peanut is on this patch. And what it is it applies to the child's back, so they don't have to eat anything by mouth. And this ongoing exposure through the skin, what it does is actually stimulates some special immune cells that are present actually in the skin to help basically re-educate or retrain the immune system over time. And this leads to what's called desensitization, basically the ability to eat more and more peanut protein before experiencing an allergic reaction, making it less likely that if a child is accidentally exposed, they're going to have a reaction. So while ultimately they're still going to avoid eating it and they're going to carry their epinephrine auto-injector, what this treatment approach offers is kind of like a buffer of protection, like wearing a seatbelt that can reduce the likelihood of an accidental reaction and possibly be a life-saving tool for children who are accidentally exposed to peanuts. It's a great option for these families to consider.
Wow.
Really interesting. I know we're out of time. We got to go, but real quickly, what's the website for folks to go to if they want to learn more about this study?
VITESSEallergystudy.com, VITESSE.
All right. Well, Dr. Mack and Sarah, really appreciate your time and joining us here on KOIN News AM Extra to talk about this morning.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And if you want to learn more about some of the latest treatments and ways that we are working to evolve peanut allergies, you can also visit KOIN.com. Well, the Portland Timber